So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, man, sometimes you hear about a man's story and you sympathize with him because you know he was possibly raised by a single mother or in another environment that didn't give him the tools he needed to man up in certain situations, especially when it comes to his interaction with women and relationships. But then there are other situations where they're just men who seem to be hell-bent on pushing the female rhetoric that women are the value in a relationship. And so when you see that man go through something, it's a little bit different. You don't feel sympathetic to him. Or if you understand what he's going through, you don't feel empathetic to him. You feel like that man is getting exactly what he deserves. And one of the main men that we think that way of in society is Steve Harvey, or Pimp Harvey as we call him. Now we know his story with his book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady, which is virtually impossible. But we also know his story about the wife that he has, Margie, and how that came to be. Because unfortunately for Steve, when you're in the spotlight on that level, your life becomes an open book. Now we all know the story about how this woman was with one drug dealing cousin and ended up leaving him for his drug dealing cousin because he ended up in prison. That's old news. But now Steve Harvey has decided to come out and tell the world, probably at the coercion of this quote unquote queen of his, that once earlier on in their relationship, when he was broke and ended up homeless, she disassociated herself from him and told him, "Get thee out of the midst of me, broke, square, lame, and come back when you get your money up. Because the only way I'm going to deal with you is if you got your money up. And if it ever falls off again, I'll be gone as quick as yesterday's headlines." Now, I want y'all to think about what this represents. It represents that here's a man who understands that this woman is only with him for the money. And he decides that that's okay with him. Because like I tell you men all the time, the woman you chase when you're young will become an obsession when you're older. And so when you finally get her, it doesn't matter what state she's in, because as men, the longer we stay on a journey to what we think is an achievable goal or a noteworthy goal, when we get it, we don't think about anything except we finally ended that struggle, that grind, that race. Steve Harvey is a simp. And every time a tidbit comes out about his life, he can't deny it. He has to embrace it. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, here's the thing, man. I am not saying that Steve Harvey is not a great businessman. The guy has gone from not owning his first car until he was 38 years old to now being a 9-figure man. You understand what I'm saying? That's a grind. He grinded through the Chitlin circuit. He grinded up through the Def Comedy Jams, the BET Comic Views of the world. He grinded his way to the position he's in. So hats off to the brother for his grind, his hustle, his tenacity, his focus, his determination, his work ethic, and all of those other things. But when it comes to these bras, man, Steve Harvey don't know nothing at all. So let's break this down, since it's already public record. See, I wouldn't have a problem with Steve if he wasn't always out here trying to give me any advice on how they're supposed to be with women. Homie, you a simp to your bra. She knows it, we know it, you know it. You can't even deny it no more. You can't even fight off the urge to simp for this bra no more, man. And then you come out and say something like this like you proud of it. What you think you made an accomplishment because you went out and did the thing the woman told you to do? Boy, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing that shows disloyalty from a woman like leaving you when the chips are down. And then you take her back? Man, ain't nothing more simping than that. I done heard a lot of things that men have done that qualify as simping. But boy, this qualifies as simping of the year, like you always do. You've been simp of the year for the past 5 years, homie. And then you get online and do your little talk about what you're gonna do. I do believe that you will defend your family. I do believe that you will defend yourself. I do believe that you will defend your livelihood. But I also do not believe that you will defend your manhood and masculinity from the submission of a woman. You will submit. You are submitting. You have submitted, and you will continue to submit. Because you have gotten yourself caught up in the Jezebel spirit, homie. Any woman who will marry a man who is the cousin of the last man she was with is a scallywag, and she's going to chase the bag. And you know good and well you couldn't even get close to this woman until you got the bag. Now, well, look at what she got you doing. You're buying big, pretty houses. Then when all the children going out the house, instead of downsizing like normal, logical, reasonable, and prudent adult men, you got this bro getting even bigger houses for just the two of y'all. Man, she's shining and reclining. She's showcasing and facing all of the people that she's known throughout her life who said she wasn't going to amount to nothing. And you know what? She never did amount to nothing, Steve. All she did was come through and capitalize on what you amounted to. You ain't got no ties that bind. You old enough now where even if the woman gets something in divorce, you don't care about it, but you would rather sit and take what you're taking right now. It got you looking old, bruh. You look like you done aged 40 years in the past 10 years. So I know it's worrying you half to death. I know you know what's going on, but you don't have the intestinal fortitude or the gonads to pull yourself out of it. But here's an intervention for you, homie. This ain't no attack on Steve Harvey. This is an intervention. We're trying to help you become the most alpha version of yourself, Steve. Because right now, homie, you living like a beta male simp man Johnny. And you can say, yeah, I got money. Okay, there's women with money. More money than you and me. So it ain't the money, Steve. It's the way you live your life as a man. You out here trying to teach these boys all this other stuff, but if you can't teach them to navigate their interaction with women, most times a relationship with a woman is the downfall of a man, Steve, and you can't teach nobody that, homie. You looking bad out here, bro, and you don't even know it. You could have any woman walking the planet much younger, much more attractive, much more wholesome than the one you got, but you would rather, man, tie yourself into that scallywag like that. And I understand the Jezebel energy got you way caught up, homie. You know that woman don't love you, man. Anytime a woman leave you because you hit rock bottom, homie, that woman said the only way she gonna stay with you is if you got them dollars to kick down. You are a living example of what men who go to seek an arrangement to find wives end up with. You got to seek an arrangement wife, homie. And I don't even know the woman. All I know about it is she a gold digger and she gonna go where the bag at. I bet you won't fall off. Fall off. Tell her you fell off. Play a prank on her like you fell off. I bet that woman leave everything in the house there, man, and get gone. But see, you done tied yourself to the Jezebel energy now. So you might be a tad bit stuck, homie. It is very possible that you're a tad bit stuck in that scenario. Matter of fact, it's very likely. But I want you to understand, homie, you got the strength to leave that situation because whatever she get, God gonna give it right back to you because you're gonna free yourself and make God proud of you by freeing yourself from a situation where your masculine energy being drained by Jezebel. She getting you for your pennies. She getting you for your manhood and masculinity. She getting you for your testosterone. She getting you for your focus. She getting you for your will to live as a man because right now, man, you identified in her circles, man, as not her husband, but as her sponsor. You ain't nothing but a sponsor for that woman, man. And you had the audacity to be around here, man, telling these guys how they supposed to be with women. Man, it didn't work for you. The way you are now, you've been that way. That woman still dropped you when you ain't have no money, homie. And she'll drop you right now if you ain't have no money. You know what it is. You ain't in no position to tell no man nothing about no relationship. Because, yeah, you married, but it ain't no successful marriage. Let me tell y'all something. Just because a marriage is going on don't mean it's successful. Just because the two people in it haven't had the intestinal fortitude to divorce, that don't mean it's happy. That don't mean it's going good. That don't mean it's a top-notch marriage or anything that you try to craft your own relationship after. If you're going to craft your relationship after something, craft your relationship after me and my little shorties, man. Well, there's a mutual understanding, a mutual respect, and a mutual benefit. I'm not saying a man got money, he shouldn't provide a lifestyle for his family. Yes, you should. I do. And not just the ones who are close around me. I'm talking about my mom, my relatives, my seed. You think about it. Like, yes, I provide a lifestyle for people, but I'm talking about if you're going to have a woman around you every day, man, you can't have no woman around you that's just around you for the money. Now I know some beta male sitting there, Johnny going to come in here and say, well, that'll be a way. If you're going to be a provider, then the woman around you for the money that'll be a way. I guarantee you, if you can't provide, you can't get the same type of woman you can if you can provide, that'll be a way. You know that. You say it all the time. Now you're trying to act like the woman just with you, that'll be a way, because you that'll be a way, man. Let me tell you something, boy. You know good and doggone well that if you want to provide that lifestyle for the woman that you provide lifestyle for, that'll be a way, then you know good and well, one wouldn't be with you either. Trying to knock Steve Harvey. You ain't nothing but a Steve Harvey yourself. Only thing, Steve Harvey look better than you, that'll be a way. Unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe, sucker, before you go, let me tell you this. Of course, when a woman sees me, she sees the lifestyle I provide myself. And does that intrigue her more? Yes. But see, I'm like Steve. I'm gonna make a woman put in work to show me that she's willing to earn access to my lifestyle. And if she show me one time that she's willing to vamoose or willing to do anything because she can't get her way or things don't go her way, I'm cutting her loose. She need to be singing loyalty songs to me every single day with her words and her actions. It ain't gonna be no thing where a woman walk away because something takes place or this takes place or that takes place. And the money ain't what it was. And the money ain't coming. Because here's the thing, ain't no woman gonna have access to my money like Steve White got access to his money. Got him buying all this expensive stuff that they can't, man, they can't maintain the house they was in. He done went and bought an even bigger mansion. I understand investment in real estate, but at some point, the investment in real estate turns into you moving around, moving up and upgrading because your woman wants you to. And that's what Steve Harvey's dealing with right now. So am I saying the fact that I'm in a position to provide a lifestyle for myself don't make a woman want to come and live that lifestyle? No, I understand that. And here's the thing. Okay, if you get more money, you get better quality women, and you get more attention and attraction from those women. That's life. But if you get money, you get better clients in business. You get better business arrangements. You get better business partners if you already get money. That's just what money does in this society, man. But one thing it ain't gonna do for me and my homies in the alpha sphere, it's not gonna put us in a position where a woman can come and tell us blatantly that the only reason I'm with you for the money. And the very moment the money is gone, I'm gone with it. Me and the money leaving out on the same plane. And you got to wrap your mind around that. We ain't going to play no games no more with these boys out here trying to ridicule us because we ain't got no scallywag using us, trying to ridicule us because we got a woman on our team that's willing to bow down and step and fetch and kowtow to us in exchange for living our lifestyle. We ain't gonna let these cats shame us because we rule with an iron fist when it comes to our relationship with women. Because Steve was in a position to rule with an iron fist. That boy fist just made out of cookie dough. That boy got biscuit paws. He in the position to control the scenario. So it ain't about control. It's about accepting the fact that you're in the position to control the scenario and understand the one valuable lesson, my brothers. Somebody gonna control the scenario. And if it ain't you, it's gonna be the problem. That's just the way it is. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the alpha sphere. Get money division. The place where you